Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Miss Faye and this is my world. Okay, we're going to talk about these narcissist dating coaches. That's who we're going to talk about this time. First of all, don't believe a dating coach that's clearly a narcissist. Don't believe what they say because they are going to steer you down the wrong path. And I'm going to explain that. Okay? The narcissist, number one, and I'm going to tell you how you can spot them. Number one, he's going to start shaming you and criticizing you right off the bat. Trying to show you where all of your flaws are. All of your flaws, he's going to show that to you right away. And then he's going to tell you either it's hopeless, you're never going to find anybody hopeless, or you got to find it. He's going to direct you in what kind of man you can expect to get. And that's settling. What kind of man that you will have to settle for, because you're never going to get. He'll tell you, you're never going to get what you want because the problem is you. Either you're too fat, or too small, or too short, or too tall, or too old, too young. It's always something that the narcissist is going to beat you down with. Remember, it's an evil spirit. I got to keep telling you, it's an evil spirit, and he's not going to help you. He'll take your money. And you go in there trying to, for matchmaking, it's the same thing. You need somebody to match you up with somebody, which all that I think is a bad idea anyway. Because I think you should meditate and ask the universe to send you someone, because the universe, whatever the universe does for you, is always going to be for your better good. So whatever you ask the universe for, the universe will give it to you, but it's for your better good. So it may not be in the form that you expected, but the universe knows what's best for you. Okay? Now, these narcissistic matchmakers, dating coaches, whatever. If you happen to, I'm not talking about all of them now. You have free will, so you have to determine if this person that you're getting advice from because you're wanting a date now, if this person is really trustworthy, is he honest? Have you always heard good things about this person? You got to kind of check people out before you go and get advice from them. And especially, if you're going to pay them or whatever, you really need to get some advice, some references. So anyway, about this narcissist, this demon who's out here giving advice to women or men, both, in dating. Okay. Now I'm going to go with what they're telling the women, especially if the narcissist is a male. I'm going to tell you that in the male, he's talking to women who are looking for men to marry. I suppose that's what they're looking for. Okay. If you go to a counselor dating somebody and they start off shaming you in any form, you need to pick your bag up and walk out. Forget it. Because anything from that point that they say to you is going to be a lie. It's going to be a lie. Let me tell you something. Have you ever heard the term, there's a lid for every pot? It is so true. There's a lid for every pot. So no matter what size you are, what color you are, anything you are, your lid there's a few lids out there that'll fit your pot. You just haven't run across the right lid yet. That's all. You see, you might be attracted to the lids that's not for you, but there's somebody out there perfect for you. And you know, they talk about these special kind of men. I guess you're talking about a man that has some status or whatever. I guess, you know, it seems like all the women are looking or saying or implicating that's what they're looking for. You say, I don't know why, but you know, in this society, it makes you feel like you need as much money as possible. So you want a man that has as much as possible, whatever. But that has nothing, remember, that has nothing to do with his character. His character. So now, if you're going to a dating coach and he's talking to you on that level, on the financial, how much you make, how much education you got, you know, how many kids you got, all of that, he's just putting together statistics to feed whatever his program is. You see, which he never really tells you. He never really tells you what is the standard. What is the standard in his perception of I'm not going to say perfect, but I'm going to say an adequate person, because it seems like every person that goes to the narcissist is something wrong with them. Everyone. There's never anybody that the narcissist would see as being even close to being moderately perfect, except he's perfect. Or she's perfect. The narcissist is always perfect. But everybody else is something wrong with them. There's something wrong with them. Ladies, I want you to understand. If the universe made you a certain way, that's the way you're supposed to be. Now, through your free will, you may have decided to do something different with your appearance. You see? But I'm hoping that you have not changed your appearance to suit what you think a man will be attracted to. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that. Shows right there you have no self-esteem and no self-worth either. You didn't care enough about yourself the way that the universe made you that you need to change it. You know, maybe it made a mistake on me. You know, I was supposed to be this, and it was a mistake made, so I can fix it. I'm going to be this. And a lot of women are changing themselves so that they can be more attractive to men. See, the thing is, these men are being groomed to be narcissists. So if they are attracted only by your... Now, I'll go back and say, a man is attracted visually. Okay, his initial attraction is visual. But as he matures, hopefully it'll be less than that and more of the person, the character of the person. That's when you're mature. You see? And that's what you want. You want somebody who's mature. You don't want to be running around with these grown boys where they just, you know, following what looks good. What looks good, they just run over here and then they'll run over there, and you don't want that anyway. Ladies, if you want to change something about yourself, that's your free will. But please don't do it to suit men or to get men. Don't let anybody tell you that you need to do it to get a man. That's false. That's a lie from the narcissist. That's a lie. Do not believe. Once you spot him as being a narcissist, don't believe anything else that he says. They have a way of twisting the truth. Twisting the truth for their own gain. You see, when the narcissist is beating you down in his office and making you feel bad and sad, and then he can, then he can say, all right, well, maybe we can match you up with this man over here, and he's a man that you would never, you understand? But he's just going by your finances, you see, how many kids you got, your age, your weight, and all that. And in his mind now, he's going to match you up with somebody that he thinks, through his or her perception, that would be perfect for you. Don't believe it. You don't believe it. Ladies, you can have what you want in this life. You need to believe in yourself. And don't let anybody make you feel differently. You make you feel differently. All you got to do is ask for it. But quit running off to people to guide you into everything. You see? And don't do that online dating, for goodness sake. You putting yourself in a snake pit if you do that. And going to these matchmakers and dating coaches, they're only going by the visual. They're only going by the visual. Listen, it's a relationship with somebody is more than the visual. You see, it's more than how old you are, how many kids you had, how many times you've been married, things like that. It's more than surface stuff. You see, you want somebody who can love you. So it's got to be somebody. You got to be able to love yourself. You're not going to get anybody to love you if you don't love yourself. You got to love yourself first. But what you're looking for is somebody that you can pair with and live a happy life. This is what everybody wants. All women want that. You would love to pair with somebody and live a happy life together. You don't think past that. You don't think past that. But the narcissist, if you go and paying him or listen to his advice or whatever, he's getting satisfaction, number one, by shaming you. That's what narcissists do. Breaking you down to nothing. And then telling you either, you have to realize that you're too old, you're too fat. You ain't going to get this kind of man. How does he know what you can get? Don't believe it. How does he know what you can do? Don't fall for it, ladies. Don't fall for it. If you go into yourself and love yourself, and you understand, and you need to be good by yourself, alone, for you don't have a partner. You need to be alone. Listen, I can talk on this because I've been at the place to always felt, even growing up, I felt that I would be complete when I found the right mate. That's what would complete me and make me feel like I could do anything. But I spent my life looking for that mate until I healed from a lot of my past wounds and realized I don't need a mate to be happy. I don't need a mate to be happy. And I'm going to tell you, let me see. I have actually been on my own without dating, without looking, without anything for I guess it's been about 5 years now. So I'm new to the game. You see, it's never too late to learn this. It's never too late to learn this. And guess what? I'm not afraid to die alone like people say, oh, you going to die alone. No. I came here alone. I go out alone. Okay? I don't live my life in fear. Number one. And a lot of people do things because of fear. This whole system is built on fear because the system can control you if you're fearful of something. And they're always shooting fear at you every day. Be scared of this, be scared of this, be scared of this. It's coming. Watch out. You can't live like that. That's not happiness. So now you go to the dating coach because you don't want to do the online dating. You feel like you can, you've seen some couples come out of their situation or whatever. You understand? But you're just looking at the outside. You're just looking at the outside. You don't know what's going on with them couples a couple of years down the pike or whatever. You be concerned about you. And if you go in there, first time you go in there to talk to him, and he is body shaming you or whatever in any way, and asking you all sorts of, questions, how many kids you got and things like that. Listen, number one, you don't want a partner around you that won't accept your children, number one. There ain't no way to separate that. It's a package deal. And hopefully, you're not looking for somebody to help you raise your kids. If their father has gone away, then that's your responsibility to raise your own kids. Quit looking for somebody to help you raise your kids. When I had my 3 boys and I left my first husband, I dated, but I did not allow any of those men to be involved with my kids. No. Number one, I don't know their parenting style. They may say something to my kids that damage them or whatever. No, don't be so open to be looking for a man if you have younger kids, number one, because that's a tricky situation. He could go in there and molest your kids. I heard women, they just dating, and they'll bring a man in and let the man act like he's the daddy of these kids. Come on, ladies. Don't do that. You're damaging your kids. Don't do that. If their natural father is gone somewhere, then they're your responsibility. You love your kids. Don't be looking for no husband to help you with these kids. You love your own kids and take care of them. That's why I'm telling you, build your own foundation. Build it strong. And you can support yourself and your kids. You don't need anybody for that. Now, if you want to date and you have kids, you can pick and choose who you'd like to date. And dating does not involve sleeping with them. It involves getting to know them and having fun with them. Because really, if you meet somebody you like, wouldn't you rather for him to be like a best friend, somebody you can trust? Somebody that's totally honest with you. And that's a rare occurrence after you get older. Because people have so much baggage and secrets and all. You don't want that. You don't want nobody to bring that into your environment. But the dating coaches don't tell you that. No. All they want to know is how much do you make? What occupation? Did you go to college? Oh, nonsense stuff. Nonsense stuff. That doesn't mean anything when you got to live or hook up with a person and the person might be angry inside, might have been traumatized before, And he didn't heal. He might be bringing it right up to you. You see? Bring it into your life. You got to be careful. And I'm going to tell you, if your coach is a narcissist, he's not going to give you any information to help you. He's not. He's not. He gets his enjoyment by shaming you, putting you down, making you feel bad. That's where he gets his enjoyment. Now, I've seen some narcissists, because some of them actually hate women. Some narcissists actually hate women, period. Even if they've been married. They hate women. Something happened, and they trauma a little. They don't like you. But they will use you and hurt you. You see? But when it comes to the men, some of these same narcissists like men. They like men, see? And they will use the men. They will groom the men to hurt you. Do you understand where I'm going with this? Do you really understand? Some of these narcissist dating coaches don't like you. They don't like women at all. And if you listen to them, you can tell they don't like them. And they will groom the men who are looking for women. They will groom them to hurt you. Treat you like nothing. Treat you like trash. That's why I'm here, to help women. You don't need to take that. Stop looking for these men. Stop asking for them. Be alone for a while. I'm going to tell you, it's powerful to be able to be by yourself and love yourself. That's a powerful thing. You'll find yourself cutting a lot of nonsense out of your life. And you won't allow disrespect from anyone. Anyone. You know why? Because you won't feel like you need them for anything. See, when you feel like you need somebody for something, you're more submissive because you don't want to say the wrong thing. You want to be agreeable and all that. No matter what they do to you, you just want to go along with the program. Once you have been on your own, standing on your own 2 feet, celibate is important. Celibacy is important. People act like that's a bad word, but it's not. It's an important thing. I'll tell you why. Because you got your power, all of it, back into you. And in a year's time, you'll be standing up strong. And you should see your life improving. Just from that step. Now, the dating coaches, I've heard them say, so when was the last time you had sex? And they say, I guess it's been about a year or so. You understand? Sex should not be a part of dating. It should be. That's evil that came in. You understand? That's from the evil spirit that say you got to have sex to get to know somebody. That's false. That's a lie. Once you have sex, game over, dear. He ain't worried about getting to know you then. It's only in the chase. When he's chasing after you, he wants to get to know how to get close to you, see? This way he gets to know you better. That's why it's so important for you to let him chase you. Chase you for it. Now, you tell him that you're celibate. If he drops off, you don't want him anyway. But the one that want to chase you for it, that's a good potential. You see? You see? But women, they have been groomed to feel like, having sex is part of it. That's because Men want sex. That's really all they want. And they will do anything for it. And many times, now not all, but many times, a man will marry you to keep the sex part. And women narcissists know that. They know that. So they'll go in just giving him sex because they're going to suck him dry of his money, of his everything anyway. That's the female narcissist. And the male narcissist, he does the women. He'll suck you of all of your money and all of your life and everything. And when he leaves you, you're just a shriveled up prune. He don't care about you. But the dating coaches know, if they're narcissists, they know this. They are leading too many people down a dark hole. Down a dark hole. They are not for the good, for your better good. Now, again, I'm not saying all, but I'm saying if you go or you consider a dating coach, you need to listen to what they are saying first and how they're treating other patients or clients or whatever they call them. And if he's talking to you directly and you leave his office and you don't feel good about yourself, don't go back. Don't go back to him or her because they don't have anything good to say about you. Any kind of coach should be coaching you to support you and building you up, not tearing you down for any reason. There's nothing wrong with you. Now, you could be unhealthy. You could be unhealthy. You could be unhealthy thin. You could be unhealthy too heavy. But if you are, you pretty much know you are. And there again is free will. You can decide what you want to do about that. But nobody else can tell you that your life is over because of that. That's wrong. That's wrong. And don't listen to them. Don't listen to them at all. There's plenty of fat people with fat people out here. I don't know what they're talking about. And fat people that have something. So don't believe the narcissist. Don't believe the narcissist. Especially when they're giving you dating advice. Don't believe it. So, ladies, I want you just to be aware of what's going on. See, everything out here is spiritual. Everything. Everything. But nobody should make you feel bad about yourself. Now, somebody could say something. They didn't mean to make you feel bad. They're not necessarily a narcissist, but your guilt made you feel bad. You're guilty about your own self. Guilty about something you know you should do that you haven't done. Somebody could say something not to hurt you, but maybe just to bring your attention. I don't know. That's different. But with a narcissist, he doesn't let up. He just keeps digging at you. So, anyway, I just want you to keep your eyes open and know what's really going on out here. So, ladies, the lesson here is don't believe the narcissist, dating coach, or matchmaker. Don't believe them. If you go in there and you notice that they are narcissistic in the way that they handling you, depart. Remember this. Always depart from the narcissist. He's only there to hurt you, not to help you. So, ladies, I'm going to end it here. And I thank you again so much for supporting this channel. And keep those comments coming. And I really hope to see you next time.